this video, I just want to do a disclaimer. Please, if we misspeak in any way, please know that nothing that we are saying in this video is made to be taking an offense to. This is a new, very new journey for us. Since the last video, we have definitely taken to a lot of new friends within the community who have given us so much advice. We've read all of you guys' comments and your stories, and they have been all so amazing. So thank you guys so much for all of that feedback that you have given us. But again, please don't take offense to anything we may say that's not the correct way to say it, and know that we're still in the learning phase and this is very new. Hey guys, it's Ebony.
And it's Denise.
And we are Team Two Moms. And we're finally back with not just a video, but a very important video. I know a lot of you have been patiently waiting for an update about Jayden. So much has gone on since the video that we had made regarding Jayden and autism.
How we would describe Jayden is to be very smart. He's a very smart boy. He's a very serious boy. And he's very, I don't know, he's
affectionate.
Affectionate and a deep thinker to me.
Yes.
I feel like he is.
He, to me, is the replica of Denise. They both go into deep thoughts. Jayden overall is our most affectionate child from when he was a baby.
We noticed with Jayden is that he was not speaking, and that was a reason why in November of 2018 he had to get a speech evaluation. But we noticed he wasn't saying like mama or any words that we've tried to get him to mimic or say. And then when we would read books to him, he was not really engaged or, wanting to learn, basically.
So once we had, you have your different month checkups. I think it was around like his 18-month checkup or so, and the pediatrician, I had recommended that we get him evaluated for speech. Actually, both him and his brother was not saying words, and so we got them both a speech evaluation. When we got the speech evaluation done, there was 2 evaluators from early intervention that came to the house, and they were specifically here for speech. But during the evaluation, I realized that they were asking us a lot of yes or no questions.
There was questions such as, is he pointing to stuff to try to get your attention? Is he walking on his tippy toes? There was questions like, is he saying any words?
If he's mimicking your face, facial expressions, is he pointing to things? Does he play with other kids? Does he respond to his name? I mean, those were...
Does he play with a ball? Does he walk up the stairs?
They were very yes or no questions. And at this time, we had no idea what they were in regards to, but we also didn't think it was odd to be asking us those questions. We're so used to early intervention. Olivia had early intervention. Lucas was already in early intervention. So we just thought, okay, this is just a part of the evaluation. It was after the complete evaluation that they brought up to our attention that they feel as though there are some red flags with Jayden and that he may possibly be on the spectrum for autism. Now, for us, and I'm going to be honest, at that time, it was kind of very shocking news to us because
we didn't think of it. We didn't think he had any signs of autism because we honestly don't have any family history of autism. I wouldn't know what signs to look for. So this was completely brand new to us.
You have your mind set on one thing, and then you're told a whole different thing, and it was honestly for us very hard to process. Yes, that was, and I will admit that that was our initial feelings. It was feelings of, wait, what? Like, where did this come from?
We quickly began to do our research on kids with autism, looking at YouTube videos, looking at forums of parents who have autistic kids. Through that, we was able to get slightly educated. Once again, this is all a learning experience for us as well.
We did the research, learned about a spectrum, we learned about the different signs. And so naturally as parents, you start to, when you go on YouTube and you see other videos, you start to compare your child to the videos that you're seeing online, and you're saying, well, I see that, but I don't see that. I see that, I don't see that. And it becomes this whirlwind of so much Googling and so much comparing, where we had to get to a point to like literally step back and say, no matter what the outcome is, Jayden is still Jayden. Like, he's still Jayden. I think we need to cut from the internet, cut from the comparing, and just focus on Jayden. Knock, knock. Show me the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. Let's do the wipers on the bus go shh, shh, shh. Wish, 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 wish. The doors on the bus go open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The doors on the bus go open and shut. All through the town, the mommies on the bus go shh, 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 shh. The mommies on the bus go shh, shh, shh. All through the town. Before we get to his evaluation, we had gotten approved for services. Jayden had gotten approved for occupational therapy, for speech therapy, as well as special instruction. So since January to now, Jayden has been working with all these different therapists who are all wonderful. A lot of the changes that we've seen in Jayden now are so exciting, extremely exciting.
So Jayden is now able to like actually participate really calmly and do the activities that the therapist asks for him to do. He's also making full eye contact. He's responding to his name. He barely walks on his tippy toes. Flipping of the car is no longer an issue. He now plays with the car.
Push it to mommy. Yay! Ready, set, go! Ready, set, go!
So the initial flags that the evaluators had saw within Jayden during the time of the evaluation, the therapists now see a huge improvement.
But they've been really on the fence of saying whether or not Jayden is on the spectrum. But of course, it all comes down to the developmental pediatrician meeting with Jayden. All right, guys, so we are on our way to Jayden's evaluation. It's all the way in the city, so it's been kind of a long drive. And yeah, Jayden is behind me. He ate breakfast, keeping him in good mood and spirit. And yeah, let's see, how do I feel right now? I think I just feel more anxious than anything. I feel like extremely anxious.
I also feel anxious. I feel a little bit nervous and just like a bit, tiny little bit emotional. But I think it's just all from my, just thinking of like what can they possibly say that I don't already know, or what the outcome's gonna be.
We're waiting and keeping him as occupied as we can. No. Come on, guys. Jayden, let's go. We didn't record footage of the evaluation, which I really wish I had asked, but we didn't. And so when you go to the evaluations, some of the things is a physical examination. There's a lot of questions pertaining to Denise's pregnancy. There's a lot of questions pertaining to our household. There's a lot of questions pertaining to his infancy stage and how he was as an infant. And I mean, there was a lot of, background history and questions and so forth. There was times, we went to the doctor's office where she had a whole bunch of different toys and activities, and literally it was like one by one having Jayden perform different tasks. And there were things such as
there was like a baby and he had to point out where the baby's nose and eyes, and then there was like puzzles and cars where he could push and play with, and
there was a pegboard,
yeah.
And the pegs were like of different shapes, and if you get this pegboard, it's for this month's old, and you should pass this pegboard at this month's old. And again, throughout the evaluations, a lot of observing and a lot of questions towards us. Jayden definitely did have some tantrums during the evaluation. The doctor, who is the evaluator, she kept reassuring us, like, this is typical, normal. He literally just turned 2, so that means terrible 2s.
So yeah, there was times of I was like completely flustered because I'm like trying to figure out what the doctor is thinking in her head. And meanwhile, trying to control a 2-year-old who wants to climb everything. But he did, he was doing really well with the toys and stuff, so that was a good thing. So it was like you're thinking in your head as a parent, like, what is the doctor thinking? What is she going to say?
So now we're at the point where the evaluation is coming to an end. We were there for almost 2 hours, and there was just, again, so many things that had happened in between. And, the doctor says to us that she does not feel as though Jayden is on the spectrum for autism. However, she was concerned, though, that he is not saying any words as of yet. So she says maybe we should increase speech through early intervention, and then follow up with her back in September if his speech has not started to develop or advanced anymore from where he is at right now. At a certain point, we got to a place where we said that with or without a diagnosis, it doesn't change again who Jayden is. And everything about him we love. Everything. It was more like a feeling of, okay, this gives us a better sense of maybe direction or a better sense of a plan. Do we need to increase a lot of things? Do we keep things as it is? It was just to get some clarity on what will be the best plan to keep helping Jayden be the best Jayden that he is.
We were not jumping up and down or in excitement at all when the doctor told us her findings. And the reason for that is because, like Ebony has said before, like, Jayden is Jayden. He is who he is, and it wouldn't change it whether or not the doctor would give him a diagnosis of not or not.
However, this was just the doctor's feelings. It wasn't the final report. She still has to read the reports from the different therapists, his initial evaluation, and I'm sure she has to consult with Jayden's pediatrician as well. So there's still a lot of other factors, because I'm sure in her head there's a reason why we were referred to see her. So just yesterday, Denise and I received the final report from the doctor. I took the report and I read the report first, and then I handed it over to Denise for her to read.
And by the end of reading it, we were completely confused.
No, no, no.